What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Don Don 773 TV. You definitely in a place to be. Today we're gonna be diving into this topic. Mayor Brandon Johnson out of Chicago, right here in Chicago, and J.B. Pritzker, the Illinois governor. They have finally broken their silence on the Loyola student murder. Now the question is, what are they actually saying? And more importantly, what they are not saying. So let's get into it. I'm gonna play the clip for y'all. And
I agree, there have been real failures. Those failures, of course, extend beyond the borders of Illinois. That's their national failures, a failure to have comprehensive immigration reform, a failure of the president to follow his own edict to go after the worst of the worst.
Illinois Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker pointing the finger at President Trump while addressing the murder of 18-year-old Loyola University student Sheridan Gorman. The suspected killer, an illegal immigrant with priors, but Pritzker's condolences may be too little too late for the freshman's family who have promised justice for Sheridan. Hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Kaylee McEnany here with my co-host, Emily Campagno.
so yeah, J.B. Pritzker starts off saying there has been failures. Cool, he admits that. But then he immediately says those failures extend beyond Illinois. And yeah, he's right about one thing. It does go beyond Illinois because this comes from the Democratic Party allowing illegal immigrants into the country in the first place without being vetted. This is policy. This didn't just happen randomly in Chicago. Yeah, man, this guy here, man, he rough. Yeah, then he continued on to say failure because we don't have comprehensive immigration reform. And that's what I call bullshit. We always had and have had and have immigration laws. So how is this the problem? We need more laws when the issue is we're not enforcing the ones in place already. You know, and I say this every September the 11th. Every time it comes around, we hear the exact same thing. We will never forget. But then turn around and relax immigration enforcement. Ignore the laws that are already in place. So I say on the regular, that is a slap in the face to every victim of 9/11 and their families. Because the whole point of protecting citizens, and this right now, citizens aren't being protected. We're in danger. And we in a time right now where global tensions are high. They talk about the threats, incels here in America. People from other countries could already be here stationed waiting because immigration laws have been so relaxed for the last 6-7 years. We might have the enemy right here up on us. And we've been letting this happen for years. That's the problem. Then he turned around and blamed the Republicans and blamed Trump. How do you blame the people trying to remove this issue? They're trying to remove illegal immigrants. That's not accountability. That's finger pointing. At the end of the day, you got an 18-year-old college student dead, and your response is to shift blame. That tells me everything. So let's continue on, and we're going to see what Brandon Johnson's had to say about this.
Also joining us, Molly Line, Fox News correspondent, Caroline Downey, National Review columnist, and Charles Payne, host of Making Money on Fox Business. Well, that was the first time that Governor Pritzker spoke on camera about Gorman's murder last Thursday. Prosecutors say she and her friends were walking along the waterfront, which Pritzker himself had bragged was safe just a few months ago.
He just was bragging
when a
about
masked
it.
man who was hiding nearby opened fire. Chicago's Democratic Mayor Brandon Johnson also breaking his silence this morning. Here's what he had to say.
Disturbing acts of violence like this set us back as a city.
And I want to pause it right there. No, sir. Disturbance acts like this set us all back as a city. No, your leadership is setting the city back because this was preventable. But instead of prioritizing citizens, you've been busy protecting people who are not even supposed to be here. You was protecting people like this man. But let's continue on. This clown.
We will not tolerate those who break the law and put the lives of others in danger.
He a
And
bald-faced lie. You made multiple speeches telling people what ICE can't do, what laws people don't have to follow. So let's stop acting confused about how we got here, sir. You are the problem.
as they do on a regular basis, our Chicago Police Department led a swift and decisive investigation and identified the person that is suspected of being responsible for her death.
You know this guy. We won't tolerate people who break the law and put others in danger. Man, listen. Man, your policies already put citizens in danger. We don't know who in our city right now. And this is why. This is the results of this sanctuary city drag.
The suspect, 25-year-old Venezuelan illegal immigrant Jose Medina, was supposed to be in court yesterday, but his hearing was postponed because he's being...
So yeah, then he praised CPD, saying they acted swiftly. That's a bold-faced lie, because Chicago residents already know people get killed every day in the city and cases go unsolved. I just showed y'all in my last episode, women found dead, shot dead in alleys. One going to work, one going to church on an early Sunday morning. No answers. And as we know, a lot of these illegal immigrants were placed in our communities, South and West Side. And those murders happened on the South and West Side, early morning, same type of circumstances. People just shot, no answer. So I'm not wrong for asking, what are the circumstances behind these cases too? We need to know. Because now we have a situation where they're saying someone jumped out of the bushes and opened fire. So what's really going on in our communities? We need more answers, because a lot of this is going unanswered. Let me continue on. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this for y'all.
Yesterday, but his hearing was postponed because he's being treated for tuberculosis. He faces a number of charges, including first-degree murder.
Y'all hear that? He couldn't even go to court because he got tuberculosis. He walking around here with TB. So now we hearing he got that. That's a contagious disease. That's serious. This man was walking around the city, public transportation, around people with a contagious disease. So now it's not just a crime, it's a public safety issue on multiple levels. Like, man. And then I've been seeing people say, yeah, this sound like it was staged. And truthfully, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I don't see that. Because if something like this was staged, they would do it before the election, not after. That's kind of defeat the purpose if you do it after the election. Pritzker just won last week. So if they wanted to pull something like this or stage something like this, they would have did it a week or two ago before the election. To influence the votes. So yeah, Pritzker already runs, so that don't make sense to me. So now what does make more sense, this could have been a robbery that went wrong. Early reports said there were 2 suspects. One stepped forward, fired the shot, and 2 suspects fled together. Now we're only hearing about 1 suspect in custody. So what happened to the second person? And let's be real, we don't know what type of background culture these people come from. This could have been some type of gang initiation ritual. For all we know, we don't know. That's why I'm raising the questions about these other women killed on the south and west side that swept under the rug, but you could find this guy within days. Yeah, like I say, but we don't know. This happened. The system failed to prevent it. And I'm gonna let y'all know, I've been outside. I used to drive for Chicago Transit Authority. I seen it with my own eyes. Them people took over blocks downtown. They used to be down there. They had the whole block of Plymouth. That was that. It looked like little Venezuela. They moving reckless, selling drugs, acting crazy. I've seen it. So not all of them are coming over here to better themselves. They see opportunity. They see where they could take advantage of the situation. Because we seen cases like where they get caught shoplifting. It was a couple cases out of New York. They get caught shoplifting and start shooting at the police to try to get away. See, these people don't care. So that's why I'm raising this question. We here in the sanctuary city here in Chicago, to me and my people. We in this city. We in the mix. And I feel like we're really not safe right now. So yeah, y'all can miss me with the idea that everybody just coming here trying to do better, because I've seen from the males to the females, man, they out here trying to scam them and everything else under the sun. And the system is not filtering out these people. So I want to play a little bit more of this for y'all.
Gorman's mom promising, quote, "We are going to get justice for Sheridan. We have a voice and it is going to be heard. We are beyond shattered." It is I
don't want to cut that off. Before I move forward, you got another class of people. And I've been hearing this out of Chicago. Where did he get the gun from? Where did he get a gun from? Stop it. This is Chicago. It's not hard to get a gun. Never has been. I've seen the crate of guns with my own eyes. So I can only imagine what they doing with these immigrants. And I want to make this clear. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I vote for what's best for my community. And right now, Democrats are failing my community. They are putting people in danger. So let me continue on. I want y'all to just check this out.
Voice, and it is going to be heard. We are beyond shattered. It is a preventable tragedy. Caroline, and it's directly tied to liberal policies.
That could have
liberal
been prevented.
Policy number 1. Medina entered the country illegally in May of 2023. President Biden was president. Liberal policy failure number 2. June of 2023, he is arrested for shoplifting and yet released into the interior yet again. Number 1, number 2. And for those who say angel families are far and few, no, they are not. Let's just put up some of the pictures of these young women who are no longer with us. Rachel Morin, Jocelyn Nungary, all of their names, all of their pictures, you will see them here. And these are just 4 stories, all Biden administration policies.
Yeah, I think it's funny that J.B. Pritzker.
So yeah, these people are insane. And it's a lot of people that would defend this and say what Trump is doing wrong and the things Trump are doing wrong. But I know one thing Trump is doing right. He's trying to get these illegal immigrants out of here. We have a immigration process for a reason. And as we see, the Sheridan Gorman case isn't just one case. They just show that you see the faces on the screen. Laken Riley, Rachel Morin, Jocelyn Nungary, Sheridan Gorman. 4 women killed. And there's others. Rest in peace to all those that lost their life. And the real question is, have Democratic policies, especially sanctuary city policies, put citizens in danger? And our leaders like Brandon Johnson and Pritzker going to be held accountable? So y'all drop y'all thoughts in the comments and let me know how y'all feel. To the Judge Mob, we out. Judge.